Viewers will remember this century's biggest scandal when we learned that Dominic Cumberbatch prefers Durham to London. Don't we all? And we remember the glee with which Andrew Marr relished discussing the breaking story under the guise of calling it a paper review on his failing Sunday show.
Pippa Crerar, this is your story. It's being denied, of course, by Number 10 overnight. Are you standing by it?
Yes, absolutely. And both we at the Mirror and Sunday Mirror and the Guardian and the sister paper, The Observer, have spent weeks working on this story.
The detail of the story a little bit more. The first is his visit to Castle Barnard, where you've got a witness who has gone on the record and said who he is. But the second one, where he allegedly was down in London and then you say came back to Durham, it's an anonymous witness, and Number 10 are particularly hostile to that part of your story.
Yes, well, it's standard practice, isn't it? Often people don't want to go on the record, understandably. They might feel uncomfortable about getting that level of public attention, and they decide, and the newspapers or the broadcast organisations agree to allow them to speak off the record so that a story can get out. And, we have, it's all very boring. There's no sort of particular glamour to this. We've just done old-fashioned traditional journalism. We have spoken to sources. We have gone over conversations.
You will notice that she has spoken to sources and gone over conversations.
We have spoken to sources. We have gone over conversations.
But soon, after a bit of misdirection, we realise that she has only really got the one source, and, presumably, the one conversation.
We've just done old-fashioned traditional journalism. We have spoken to sources. We have gone over conversations. We have done our basic journalistic due diligence. We have dotted the I's and crossed the T's, if you like. And, we have what this witness has told us. And we believe that that is, it's a plausible account.
To digress for a moment, regular viewers will remember when another so-called journalist, Isabel Oakeshott, asserted that a pig had performed fellatio on David Cameron. She was the first journalist to normalise the use of a single source, as long as that source has repeated the story on a number of occasions. And it's an earlier example of how the chattering class readily fall for stuff if it fits their mindset.
Now, when we first heard the story, we assumed it was a joke. That source continued to repeat those allegations on a number of subsequent occasions. Now, we couldn't get to the bottom of that source's allegation, so we merely reported the account that the source gave us. We're very careful about the way we worded the story, and as I say, it's up to people to decide whether they think it's true or not. We don't say whether we believe it to be true.
Back to Andrew Marr and his eagerness to believe a story, if it reinforces his politics. Viewers will have noticed that the BBC are regularly showing an advert for his Sunday show.
Hello, strange thought, but if you haven't yet caught the Andrew Marr show on a Sunday morning, give us a go.
He seems to be begging us to give him a go. His team has no self-awareness that thousands have already given him a go, and are bored with his argumentative style. Typically an advert will announce that a product is new or improved. But the BBC mantra is that nothing is broken, so there's nothing to fix.
Join me on Sunday morning at 9 on BBC One.
Well, Andrew, the Cummings story was debunked a week after you ran it.
Witness, who claimed Mr. Cummings had made a second trip to the region, admitted he made his statement up as a joke. Source admits he made up sighting of Cummings, and anti-Brexit peer is identified as plotter.
So, Andrew, we await a correction from you at your convenience.